Hey everybody, it's Laura with Jot and Tittle Typewriters. I hope you all are doing well today. And I wanted to quickly talk to you about the personality of typewriters. If you've watched many of my videos, you know that I refer to things, and this was brought up, actually, I'm backtracking real quick, by a viewer, so thank you. But anyway, you know that I'll say a typewriter is for a creative person, or maybe it is a confident person or a serious writer. And so they were asking for some clarification, and I thought it would make a great video to try to articulate. It's going to be a little bit difficult for me, what I mean when I am describing typewriters, because I've only been doing typewriters for 2.5 years, vintage typewriters. But I've typed on almost 700 typewriters, and I have to tell you, they all have their own personality. And sometimes trying to articulate the personality of something is really difficult. So when I use certain words, I'm trying to use words that would relate to that specific person. So when I say a serious writer, if that doesn't really ring true to you, then it's probably not the person I'm trying to talk to. But if you're like, oh yeah, that's me, then that's probably what I'm trying to communicate, even though I don't always know how to express what I'm trying to say. So that's not to say that typewriters are only for certain types of people. Actually, any typewriter will work for any person. However, when I type on it, I kind of get like I said, they have a personality, and I try to get a feel of what type of personality a person would have that would really enjoy that typewriter the most. And that's what I'm really trying to communicate, in my demo videos. So this is where, just real quick, this is where I take all my videos and photos. My kitchen. It's not very big. It's a little messy at the moment, but I've got 2 typewriters out that I'm working on today, and I haven't, I'm only doing pictures today, so I haven't gotten on to type on them to feel out what their personality is. But usually I can tell you, so for example, like this Olympia, usually is great for an avid writer. I haven't typed on it yet to see, but look how cute it is. So I could totally see a college student loving this, but we'll see when I get on it. I'll try to see what it says. I mean, how it feels to me. So all that to say is each typewriter is a little bit different in that sometimes it has to do with how hard you have to press the key. So like let's talk about serious writers. When I say a serious writer, the kind of person I have in mind is someone who is probably a little more, they could be highbrow, or they just could take their writing seriously, and they just want a typewriter that's going to inspire the depths of their emotions. They write deep, or they just take it very seriously in the sense of it really is, I mean, for every writer, it is part of who they are, but probably for this person, has a little more dry sense of humor, or they, it's like, don't bother me, I'm writing. They're not into fluff. They're not into, I could be wrong. I'm just trying to explain to you who I'm imagining when I say that. But they sit down and they're there to not only enjoy, but to get the job done. But they want to enjoy it in their way. So they don't have to be bubbly, and they don't need a cute typewriter. But they want, everybody's inspired in a different way. So maybe for them, inspiration is a beautiful monastery or a beautiful old library with dark tones and dim light, and they just want to sit in the quiet and not be disturbed, and they want to write from the depths of their heart, and they want to be deep, and they're deep thinkers. I mean, that's usually what I'm thinking when I think of a serious writer. They really do take their writing seriously, and it's not a pastime, you know, it is something that's really much a part of them. So when I say maybe a crafter, this is somebody that's typing for a hobby. They just want to have a typewriter around. They have no idea when they're going to use it. But if they get an idea and they think the typewriter would be great, it's there for them. So they need a different type of typewriter, in my opinion. And so like for the serious writer, I want to make sure there's no distractions. I want to make sure that when they're typing, there's a flow to it. So they're not distracted with, oh, this key kind of is a little sticky, which is normal. You guys don't freak out if there's sticky keys. It's normal, and that's a whole nother video. Or it just, you know, when you're typing, you know, it just has, sometimes it may work well, but it doesn't have this flow. But for serious writers, you don't want anything to interrupt your thinking. And so you don't need anything fancy. You don't need, or you could, but it's usually an older typewriter. It's usually like a high black gloss. It has something that's just really brings a lot of nostalgia, and it just takes you back in time when you're writing. And then for a crafter, bright colors, possibly, probably electric. But obviously, I always recommend a larger carriage. It doesn't have to be a smooth writer. It could still be a great typer, but it's not smooth and doesn't flow. They don't need that. And so, or maybe even like a creative writer. So like the Royal Quiet Deluxe comes in all those fun colors. And I think of maybe a college student or a high school student, or even a 20-somethings who they're just passionate, and they want to write poetry, and they want to send their friends letters, and, you know, they're very creative, and maybe they do write a book, but they're not the deep thinkers, or they're maybe a more emotional writer. You know, I'm trying to communicate that just in a few short words when I'm doing my videos, to say creative writer, or a bubbly personality, or a serious writer, so that when I say hopefully a term or a choice of words, that it resonates with you, so that you know that that typewriter has a personality that you can relate to. So I hope this helps. If you have questions or comments, if you've been typing for a while and you want to weigh in on this subject of personalities in typewriters, I'd love to hear what you think and what types of typewriters work well for certain types of personalities. All right, thanks so much for watching. May you be blessed in all you do, and happy typing.